welcome in.
How's everybody doing? Another edition of Zendrop Live.
It's been a couple weeks since we've done this.
In a while, like a lot of new faces in here, some familiar faces. Where is everybody calling in from tonight? We missed you too, Debbie. Texas? I'm moving to Texas in 3 weeks.
That's where I am right now.
Colorado, Sydney, Boise, Toronto, New York, all over.
Dallas, all over the place. Hey, you guys. Awesome. San Diego, everywhere. All right. Well, we'll give you guys a couple more seconds to come on in. Cool. Okay, well, welcome back, you guys, to a Zendrop Live. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks. We're happy to be back and talking with you guys. So we actually wanted to kick off this call discussing something super exciting that we officially launched today. It's called ZenRocket Challenge. Some of you guys might have seen an email in your inbox today about it. So something that we noticed in our user base is that we have a lot of active users who are constantly utilizing Zendrop's platform. And we wanted to make sure that we gave you guys a resource to not only use Zendrop properly and to the best of your ability, but also to increase your sales on your own dropshipping stores. You guys didn't sign up for Zendrop for no reason. We're here to make the career of your dreams through dropshipping, and that is what our personal agenda is on a daily basis. And so we wanted to offer this as a completely free resource to you guys as a way for you to get more acclimated with Zendrop as a platform, while also utilizing some of the really valuable information that all of the Zendrop leadership team has to offer in terms of creating a successful dropshipping business. So if you haven't checked your inbox, check it now. You should see an invite to sign up for the challenge. It is a 10-day challenge. And with the challenge comes 30 days free on Zendrop Pro. So you can use all of the cool features that we talk about in the challenge, as well as, things that we're adding on a monthly basis, quarterly basis. We have a lot of really exciting things coming up on Zendrop Pro as well. And we're there with you every step of the way. So go ahead and join our Facebook group. You'll be prompted to do that as well, to be able to interact with other ZenRocket Challenge members. And there's a lot of really cool free resources in there as well. So we're really excited about it. It has been a long time coming, and I'm really excited to see how it helps you guys grow your stores and make more sales. And if you guys have any questions about it or anything of the sort, we want to be able to answer it. Here's a good one. Are these videos on a timely basis? I can only get the first video. Yes. So every day you come back to your account and there will be a new video with new action items having to do with drop shipping every day. So you'll receive an email tomorrow morning as well, and when the next module is open for you. Yeah,
super exciting. Kennedy takes you through an entire start to finish, how to start a dropshipping store. So if you're new to dropshipping, it's the perfect place to start. And if you even, if you've been dropshipping for a while, there's a lot of really good tips in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things. And so yeah, if you guys have any questions throughout the challenge at all, reach out to support, reach out to Zendrop in our Facebook group, on Instagram, anything of the sort. And we're excited to see how you guys like it. And on that note, we're happy to answer any questions about the ZenRocket Challenge or about dropshipping business as a whole. I see Tracy's hand is raised. So Brad, unless you have anything else to add, I'll go ahead and take Tracy's question.
Let's talk to her.
Okay.
How you doing, Tracy?
Sorry. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Uh-oh. I don't know if I can. I'm new to this. Can I be heard, or do I need to type?
Yep, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm new to all of this. So I was kind of introduced to drop shipping a few months ago, like with set up my Shopify store. And then I was directed to go with AliExpress and through Overload or some cockamamie way. I don't know. I was totally lost. didn't understand half of what I was doing, but I have a Shopify store. And now I just kind of would like to know which way to go. And I was looking at you guys. Sounds interesting. Sounds like everything I need to help me step by step. So I was just wanting to, find out more about Zendrop.
Cool. Well, welcome. It's nice to have you here.
Welcome, Tracy.
Thanks.
So we built Zendrop because of basically what you just kind of went through. There's really no good resource to use for a fulfillment partner in your dropshipping business. So we had been dropshipping for years and had gone through the gamut. We did the AliExpress thing. We did the Oberlo thing. Jared actually used Oberlo, one of Oberlo's trusted suppliers that sent him 7,000 fake tracking numbers.
Oh my gosh.
Refund almost $500,000 in orders to customers. That was a big disaster. Went through the Chinese sourcing agent route. We did it all and realized there wasn't really a good solution. So we found a really good solution and wanted to bring it to the rest of the dropshipping community. So we built Zendrop, and Zendrop is really thrives on all your guys' feedback. So this is why we do these calls. This is why we want to engage with the community more, just to hear your thoughts, your feedback, improve the platform, make it better for you guys, and offer a better service.
And that's what I like. I mean, I actually see live humans, and I can actually, relate to someone other than a recording or, some video that was made a year or two ago. So I like the person on person, be a community to reach out to. And one thing that I was interested in, my store is my niche is gonna focus on women's apparel. I don't know, like you guys have like really good companies. I'm sure that, like with today's market, with all the like the young girls wearing the leggings and, the athleisure wear and that sort of thing. So I don't know if there's a way. I'm probably can log on, I don't know, and see you guys' stuff before I say, okay, I want to go with Zendrop for my products.
Yeah, you can create an account and check out what we have on the platform. And if we don't have something, you can use our import feature to import a product. But so basically how it works is we have a fulfillment company called Zendrop Fulfillment Co. And that is a sourcing and fulfillment company in China, but it's a reliable sourcing and fulfillment company in China. It's owned by us. So you're going to get quality and you're going to get fast shipping times from Zendrop Fulfillment Co. And we're also launching a supplier portal where brands in the US and in Europe and South America and all over the world can add their products onto Zendrop as a new distribution channel, and you can sell their products. So even more high quality products coming.
That sounds awesome. And even with the shipping delays and everything, I noticed like AliExpress was like up to like 40 days, something to take. You say you guys have your own company. How is your shipping times? Basically, just like, for an example, couple weeks, couple months, like.
Yep. So the regular shipping method that we have available, the last I checked, which is a few days ago, the average is about 12 days from China to the US. And as long as you're managing customers' expectations, if they're not expecting something in 2 days and getting it in 12 days, you should be fine. But obviously a 40 or 50 day lead time from like an AliExpress is just not sustainable. But we do have other options as well that ship a little bit faster for a little bit, that are a little bit more expensive, obviously. But you're not going to find anything at a more competitive price that ships faster.
Okay, fantastic. So I was looking at your stuff online today, and I mean, it just made a whole lot more sense to me than what I've been experiencing so far. So it sounds great. I mean, it seems like you guys have got everything, just like a one-stop shop type company, and that really looks good. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate it.
Don't want to hog up all the time, but thank you for answering my questions. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cool.
If you guys want to come up and ask questions, raise your hand. There's going to be a little hand next to your name in the participants tab or the attendees tab. You just go ahead and raise your hand and come up like Tracy did, or you can drop your questions in the Q&A box.
You can. Speaking of which, someone is asking, what is the cutoff date for Mother's Day gifts?
So, like I said just now to Tracy, the shipping time has been about 12 days for regular shipping. So that's to the US. So look on Zendrop. Depends where you're selling it to. It depends what you're selling. Depends what kind of shipping method you're using. But all that information is clearly displayed in the app so that you don't have to do any guessing. So you should be able to see that clearly or displayed in a help article. And if you have any more questions, contact our support team. Our email support is the fastest of any platform you're going to find. They'll answer you in less than 30 minutes with a detailed response to what you're looking for.
This is true. And how do we improve item descriptions on Zendrop?
So item descriptions on Zendrop are meant to be, they're not meant to be like a description that you'd necessarily put in your store. They're very, trying to find the right word for it, but they're just basic.
Simplistic. They're basic.
They're giving you information about the product. They're not necessarily, it's not necessarily like sales copy. So definitely suggest taking that initiative into your own hands or hiring someone like, let's say on Upwork, to write you descriptions for your product pages. But the copy that's in Zendrop is meant to be descriptive. It's not meant to be necessarily like a sales copy.
Yeah, we actually cover that in a module in the ZenRocket challenge, transferring the Zendrop description that is already in there into something that's sellable for your own store. So it's like Brad said, it's meant to be very, very basic so that you understand what product you're about to import to your store, but it's up to you as a dropshipper to sway the copy in favor of the brand that you've created online.
Maybe we could take a couple minutes, Kennedy, and just go over some basic like sales copy strategy for people.
Yeah, let me actually, do you want me to pull up that portion of the ZenRocket challenge?
Sure.
Okay. Let me, Brad, do you want to answer a few questions while I pull that up?
Sure. Liam asked, is there scaling strategies in the ZenRocket challenge? There is, I don't believe there's scaling strategies in it because it's really like a more so like a get off the ground sort of initiative, but there are scaling strategies in Zendrop Academy. So if you're on the pro plan, you're going to see Zendrop Academy and the little gear icon in the top right hand corner of Zendrop. Click on that, click on Zendrop Academy, and that takes you to a course that we used to sell for $2,000. So you're getting that for free inside of your Zendrop Pro plan, and that has scaling strategies in it. It has testing strategies. It has a ton of information on the Facebook algorithm, how to analyze data, all of that. So, and
that's why we're giving you guys a 30-day free trial to Pro, because we want you to be able to take the get off the ground information that we give in the ZenRocket challenge and then further learn about all the scaling strategies that Jared, Brad, and Tim Bird outlined so detailed in the Zendrop Academy.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions on scaling, I'm happy to answer them for you. So raise your hand, drop them in the Q&A box. Happy to answer questions about scaling.
Cool. So I have the portion of the ZenRocket challenge that discusses product pricing pulled up. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really fast. For sake of time, there's blanking on the word, a Google Drive document in most of the modules as well that cover all of the basic information that we've gone over, and also give you action items in terms of how to implement what we're learning in ZenRocket Challenge to your own store. So just a basic overview of what product description should look like. When we see product description in the actual Zendrop page. Some of them might not have full descriptions. Some of them might have just the description of what the product is itself, but this is the form you're seeing on Zendrop itself. And then from there, what I would recommend doing is first and foremost, utilizing all of the branding and brand messaging that she will develop within ZenRocket Challenge and use it for your own store. So if you're selling, you know, we'll go back to, I believe her name is Tracy.
Yep.
She's selling women's clothing. So she needs to keep a female perspective in mind when she's creating sales copy in her product description. If leggings are her thing, you know, we'll go to the trend of those TikTok leggings that everyone is drop shipping right now with the ruching on the backside. The messaging that goes along with that product is that it makes women feel confident. It makes women feel like they have a really great body. You know, on the male side, it makes men fall in love with these women. So they are using their target audience in mind when they're creating these product descriptions. You want it to be short and easy. Your ideal audience is something that you will define in the ZenRocket Challenge. So when you're creating copy, you want to make sure that you keep your ideal audience in mind. When you're writing something, thinking, will this person that I'm trying to attract resonate with what I'm writing? Obviously, spell check and then give as much detail about the product as possible. This will also ensure less refunds or returns. The more detailed you are with the product up front, the more likely someone will know exactly what they're purchasing. We also go into a few different examples in the ZenRocket Challenge. So one of which that I really like Tipsy Elves descriptions. And if you are one of those like more kitschy niche brands such as ugly Christmas sweaters, I would definitely utilize some of their messaging or look to them for some inspiration. They put you in the sweater when they're in the description. They put you in a scenario where you would wear this sweater within this description. Keeping in mind their target audience, keeping in mind the type of occasion someone would wear for this, keeping in mind who would benefit most from wearing this product and purchasing this product.
Yeah, we're doing that with the creatives here, with the photo creatives here too. You know, this guy's like at a Christmas party, like playing beer pong, right? So you can see yourself wearing this sweater. It's like, I'm going to buy this for this Christmas party.
And we also go into product photos as well. The option of the way that you can curate the existing photos already on Zendrop, and then ways to curate your own product images for winning products themselves. So yeah, that's a long answer to an even longer question, but when it comes to product description, it's all marketing.
Awesome. We got again, guys, if you want to come up and chat with us, raise your hand, but we got a couple good questions here in the Q&A box. So we'll take a couple of those. One really good question about scaling, actually from Nathan. So Nathan just raised his hand. Why don't we just call him up?
All right.
Cool. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Awesome. First off, thanks for all the stuff you guys do. Really appreciate your time. Yeah, I actually have two questions. That one is the scaling question in the chat box. So yeah, I can just say that one really quick. But yeah, just my first sale on a product.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Awesome.
And just kind of like looking, I keep hearing scaling as like this buzzword for marketing, but I'm not really sure what that means.
like when should I scale?
Yeah, like when should I scale and what does that actually look like? And yeah, what are some like, I guess, flags that I can see to be like, oh, that's performing well, I should scale that?
Yep. Yeah, it's a great question. So I look at it in three different segments. You're testing to see if some product has some traction. Then you're optimizing, and then you're scaling. So a lot of people miss the second part. A lot of people go from testing straight to scaling. And what happens is a product might have some good traction initially, but as you spend more money, your return will decrease. It's a law of marketing. It's not even like that might happen. Like, it's going to happen. As you spend more, your return is going to go down for many different reasons. I'm not going to get into those reasons right now because it's kind of irrelevant, but most people miss the optimization phase. So what that is, okay, I see that this product has some traction. What can I do to increase the conversion rate on my store, to increase the average order value of a purchase on this product, and to decrease my cost per acquisition? Those are the three real metrics that you're looking to change before you start to spend more money. So a couple of things you can do to increase the conversion rate on your store. You can minimize the images on the page to make it load faster. You can change up how things look. Obviously, you want everything to be above the fold, which means I don't have to scroll down to get to the add to cart or buy now button. Maybe optimize the sales description like Kennedy was just talking about, the creative. Those are a couple of things you can do to increase the conversion rate on your store, which is the percentage of people that land on the site and make a purchase, right? So increasing conversion rate is the first step in optimizing. The second step is going to be increasing your average order value, because if I can increase my average order value, I'm obviously increasing my net profit margin, which means I could acquire customers at a slightly higher cost and still be profitable and still run the campaign, still spend more money profitably, right? So how do I increase my average order value? I can offer bundles like buy two, get one free. I could offer upsells on the back end, post-purchase upsells. There's a lot of apps that do that. Zipify is one of the good ones. I think Bold has a post-purchase upsell also. Bold has like an app for everything on Shopify. So those are a couple good ways to increase the average order value. So if you're selling a t-shirt for $30, if I can get the average order value up to $45 or $50, I'm in a much better place to spend more money, right? And then the third thing would be, how can I decrease my cost per acquisition? How can I drop that number down from, let's say I'm getting cost per acquisition at $20 on this current campaign in the testing mode. How can I get that down to $12 or $13 before I scale? Because when you scale, it's going to go back, it's going to creep up. So if you start at 20, you start spending a bunch of money, it might go up to 30. But if I can knock that down to 12 or 13, it might creep back up to 20, but that's a pretty good place to be. So that would be testing new creatives, testing new ad copy, testing new audiences, and testing those waters before you start to spend a lot of money. So that was a long answer to your question, but that's the piece that most people are missing, is that optimization phase.
Awesome. I had one more question, if it's cool if I ask really quick.
Yeah.
So I just started reaching out to some influencers too, to maybe see if they'd feature a product, stuff like that. And I've gotten to the point of like, okay, what's payment going to look like? And honestly, I have no idea what's like a reasonable payment for an influencer. And so like some of them are asking me for upfront costs, and some of them I've gotten to like, hey, I can't do $500 upfront. How about I do a smaller upfront payment with like some commission on this product?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess just what are some reasonable numbers you guys have seen on that?
So Kennedy did an entire Zendrop live on influencers, which you'll definitely want to go check out after this, but I'll let Kennedy take this one because this is kind of in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, so it's on Zendrop Live. It's on Zendrop's YouTube. Google influencers or search influencers on our YouTube, and you should find it. It'll pop up. But the short answer, Nathan, is when it comes to testing products with influencers, your best bet is going to go with micro influencers. So I don't know what number of followers of people that you're reaching out to are currently, but I always recommend when you're first starting to reach out to influencers to look for the influencers within your niche that are around 10,000 followers, maybe even a little bit less. Because the trick with influencer marketing is you can't just rely on two big influencers and pay them an upfront cost for your product to actually scale with social media influencing. You need to cast a very wide net amongst a bunch of different personalities within the niche of the products that you're selling. So, what product are you selling, if you don't mind me asking?
Right now they're interested in this like plant vase decoration that I have.
Okay.
And I'm kind of sticking to more of a general store niche as of right now.
Okay.
It's really a niche, I guess.
Yeah, so I would definitely, you also want to be looking for influencers that could really style your product well within their brand as well. So look for mommy bloggers, look for decor influencers, look for young women young women professionals who have followers, things like that, where that you're confident that they will photograph your product well. But definitely, if you're not trying to do the upfront cost, you could also go the gifting route. Gifting means that you give a product for free in exchange for an Instagram story or a review online. It's not fully guaranteed, but it is the cheapest way to get the largest net of influencers. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking out that YouTube video. It'll go into way more depth, and we discuss the 4 different types of influencer collaborations that exist too. So you'll be able to see a better view of all the different types of influencer marketing.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Some good questions. We'll see you on the next one. Someone just asked me, I'm just going to share my screen real quick and show this so everyone can see it really quick. If I see something on AliExpress, but it's not on Zendrop, how can I add it so I can fully transition over to you guys? So let me, Kennedy, if you let me share my screen, I'll just quickly show you guys that just in case anyone else also needs to see it. So in Zendrop on the find products page, if I search for something, like we'll search for something related to babies, and I scroll down to the bottom of the screen here, you'll see a button that says import from AliExpress. So all you need to do is click that, copy and paste the AliExpress link. So literally go to AliExpress, copy and paste the link here and click confirm. And that will automatically scrape that page. And we're not using the AliExpress supplier. All we're doing is scraping that page for the data. And we are using our own sourcing and fulfillment team to then source the product. So you'll still get Zendrop fulfillment, fulfilling the order, but you'll just have the product that you want from AliExpress.
So this is a good follow-up question for that tutorial. Taya asked that her store is ready to go with various products, but she wants to join Zendrop now. How does she re-upload everything to Zendrop if it doesn't already exist there?
Ooh.
Is it just as easy as doing that?
Is there a hack, she asks. Yes, there is. Let me share my screen again. So you could add whatever products that you want to sell from Zendrop into your import list, right? That's super simple. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head over to our import list. And we've created a feature that's called override. So you can manually override the fulfillment on the product that you're selling already on Shopify. So you're going to go to more actions here on the product in your import list and hit select the product to override. And then whatever product that you are looking to override in your store, you'll obviously type that in, and then you'll hit import and override. And what that'll do is it won't change anything on the product page as long as you leave these 2 boxes unchecked, but it will override the fulfillment for those orders. So now they'll be coming into Zendrop here in your orders page, and then you can fulfill from there. And if you want to make things super simple, if you're on our pro plan, you can turn auto fulfillment on. We downgraded this plan to do some testing, so it's not available, but you can just flip that on. And then you don't have to worry about manually putting in order information.
Simple as that. Annetta has a question.
Cool. Hey, what's up? You just need to unmute yourself.
I can ask to unmute you as well. Are you having issues?
Hi, I don't have a question. I don't know what. I was just listening in. I'm sorry.
Just wanted to say hi.
Just wanted to say hi.
I don't know what happened. I didn't touch anything. Sorry about that.
No worries.
No worries. Well, if you do have one, you're on up, so you can go ahead and ask whatever you'd like.
Oh, no, I don't have a question. Thank you. I'm just
Yeah,
trying
of
to learn
course.
more about this, about the platform. That's all.
No worries.
Awesome. We're glad to have you. Cool. This was a question that I believe, Brad, you covered before, but Zendrop doesn't offer express shipping in Australia yet. Is that something that will happen in the future? Because I'd like to offer this to my Australian customers.
Yeah, it's a good question. We are looking to offer express shipping to as many countries as we can, but the really cool thing about Australia is that it's very close to China. So our regular shipping option ships really fast to Australia and New Zealand. The shipping times are less than a week sometimes. So you can get regular shipping and have your orders be delivered in 5 or 6 days in some cases to Australia. So really good question, but the answer to that is currently no, but very fast shipping to Australia. So you can utilize that and save some cash by not paying the express shipping fee.
There you go. Someone asked, for upsell products, do we need to improve descriptions compared to our flagship products?
For upsell products specifically?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so typically, yeah. So the answer is yes. It's always going to help to have a better product description. So what I meant with upsell products is like a post-purchase upsell. So if you use like a Zipify or a Bold upsell, what happens is you don't want to add any friction before the purchase, because then your conversion rate would go down. It would kind of defeat the purpose of having the upsell in the first place. So they're going to make a purchase on that product that they were already looking to purchase. And then after they successfully purchase that item, they're going to get redirected to a page that offers them another item. The beautiful thing about that is you're not paying to acquire a new customer. This customer you've already paid for, they've already successfully purchased something. And with these post-purchase upsell apps, they don't have to add their credit card information again. So it's literally zero friction. There'll just be a big green button that they can click that says, yeah, I want this too. And then that order just gets placed without them, because they've already entered their credit card information. So it's a really cool way to be able to offer another cool product to your customer and increase average order value without decreasing conversion rate.
Awesome.
That's honestly, sorry to cut you off, Kennedy, but just to keep going on that is one of the biggest hacks to taking a store that's like kind of just treading water. Like it's like breaking even, might be losing a little bit of money, might be making a little bit of money. But if you think about it, it's just like a math equation. If you can take the average order value from $30 to $45, you just 150% increased your revenue, right? So you're taking if you were breaking even at a $30 average order value, you're crushing it at $45 average order value. You just increased your revenue 150%. So you can scale at that point. That's what I was getting at when I was talking about optimization. Those little tweaks can be the difference between you being able to spend a lot more money and scale and you kind of just breaking even. So absolutely everyone should try that.
Agreed. Jeff asks, I was told that you ship mostly from the US. Is this the case or mostly from China?
So our fulfillment company is in China. So the beautiful thing about shipping from China is that it's really cheap. You're not going to be able to find anything cheaper than from China. We ship from China because the only way to get product into the US and ship from the US is if you buy in bulk. So we certainly can, and we do have some clients that do a lot of volume that want to bring in bulk shipments to the US and ship orders that are going to the US from the US warehouse, and it gets there in about 2 to 5 days. But if you're not at that level of volume yet, we do exclusively ship from Zendrop Fulfillment Company, ships exclusively from China. But we do have over 250,000 SKUs in the US from other suppliers. So you can actually filter for ships from the US in our app and see all of the product listings from those US suppliers. So we do have probably more products. We definitely have more products in China that ship from China, but we do have a ton of products that ship from the US.
is true. Follow-up question regarding upsells, which part of the funnel do they come in at?
Do the upsells come in at? Freddie, if you want to come up here and provide a little bit more context to that question, I'd be happy to dive into that with you.
Yeah, just raise your hand up and we can call you up. Let us know if you're having issues finding the raise your hand button.
Or if you don't want to come up, I can give it my best shot with the context that I have. No worries, no worries.
No worries
we
at all.
don't bite, I promise. Which part of the funnel do they come in for the upsells? So the upsells are post-purchase. So they've purchased something already. So they've come onto your site, they've checked it out, they've bought something. And immediately after they buy something, they'll get redirected to a page that displays this upsell. So they're coming in, the upsell is coming in post-purchase. So it's the last step in the funnel.
Quality answer. There you go.
I only got a few quality answers in me.
I mean, every week you bring them all. Like that is your quota is Zendrop Live. That's where the quality answers
yeah, I'm useless outside of this.
Any other questions, you guys, regarding scaling? We discussed scaling. We discussed some, ins and outs of the Zendrop platform, ZenRocket challenge specifically, marketing. We're here to give you guys as much information as we can. Debbie has a question.
What's up, Debbie?
Debbie,
Hello.
we've missed you.
I know, I missed you guys. I didn't know what to do the last 2 weeks. Well, first of all, anybody on this call, just to let you know, Zendrop is an absolute must-have for drop shipping. I mean, I started out with the AliExpress and Oberlo and whatever, and Zendrop. I mean, you can actually sleep at night with Zendrop. That's all I'm gonna say. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, we love you
Love
too.
you too.
Anyway, it's not really a question. It's a screw up on my part. I signed up for the Rocket thing. Clearly, I should have been wearing my glasses when I did it on the phone, because there must have been something that said, do you already have an account? And I didn't. I must have clicked something wrong, and it says, oh, set up your Shopify, set up your Zendrop, and connect them. But I already have one. So I screwed something up somewhere.
No, you did not screw anything up at all. The first module is specifically for users who might be having issues setting up both of those things. So you are already ahead of the game. So come back
Okay.
tomorrow to your account and there will be way more information for you to learn from.
Okay.
So you basically already finished the first day.
Yeah. Okay. Woohoo. I'm good. Okay.
You're ahead of the game.
Thank you.
You're ahead of the game. But there is some refreshers in the next module in terms of accurately setting up Shopify and
Okay.
things like that. So it'll be nice for you to get a little refresher on all of it.
All right. Sounds good. Bless you.
You're welcome. Bye, Debbie.
Couple follow-up questions to the upsell question we got coming in. Do we need a separate upsell app? Yeah, you're going to need some sort of upsell app. So that's going to be a plugin on Shopify. Just go to the Shopify App Store and search upsell. You'll see Zipify, which I've used a lot, which is pretty solid. And like I said, Bold has an app for pretty much everything, and they're typically pretty easy to use. So I would recommend either Zipify or Bold. No association with either company. I just think that Zipify has a really easy to use page builder, and I'm a fan of Bold's apps as well. They're pretty easy to use.
Love that. Nathan's got another question.
Cool.
Welcome
Hey
back.
guys, thanks for letting me ask another question.
Anytime.
So I was curious, do you have any sort of like selling data on products that you already have on Zendrop, or like is it best that we just kind of find comparable ones on AliExpress and see how those are selling, if that makes sense?
Yeah, we have a lot of sales data, and sorry, my dog is sensing a threat outside, so you might hear in the background. we have a lot of sales data from our users, but there's a fine line between protecting our users' information and sharing that. So we always err on the side of protecting that information. We don't want to infringe on anyone's privacy rights in any way. So we don't typically share that kind of information. But there's tons of spy tools out there that have like trending products and products that are selling really well right now. You can also go to AliExpress and look at like top sales by products. That's a decent way of figuring out like what's selling right now. You could also use a lot of different strategies on Facebook or Instagram to see what's selling. You could also there's tools that turn your Facebook newsfeed into all ads. You could also go to a lot of dropshipping stores sites and add a lot of things to cart, and Facebook will start to feed you more dropshipping ads or ads from those stores. So there's a few different ways to do it.
Is there a good spyware you suggest? Dan asked that. That's a good follow-up question.
There's a bunch of them, but I don't necessarily know if I would suggest any in particular. We are going to be taking some of the larger aggregate of sales data that we have on Zendrop and curating a feed for you. So we're revamping the entire product page and the UX of the platform to be able to show you more trending products without infringing on our users' privacy rights. So that will be, I don't like to give timelines typically, but in the next 2 to 3 months, you'll probably see the product page completely change and you'll see a trending section. So that'll be cool. But in terms of specific spyware, there's none that they all kind of do the same thing.
Awesome. Nathan, do you have any last questions?
No, that was great.
All right. Thanks, Nathan.
And that tool that turns your Facebook newsfeed into all ads is called Turbo Ad Finder. So that's just a Chrome plugin that you can flip on and you'll only see ads.
So funny. Okay. I just envisioned myself only getting ads on my entire newsfeed and it gave me a mini panic attack inside. But for this purpose, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Brad, do you want to say a few words about our capabilities with custom packaging?
Yeah. So first of all, if you're on the Pro plan, you're able to add a branded thank you card on nice, high, glossy white photo stock in all your packages. So actually might be a good idea for me to, oh, nope, our account is on the free plan still. Kennedy, you want to upgrade that real quick if you can? Mm-hmm. And then I can go in and show people. But basically, we offer the ability to either use our template that you can fill in with your store's logo and a description, a support email, a phone number, and we print out those cards and put them in your order, in your package for every order that you get. So that's an awesome branding tool. We also allow you to do a custom thank you card where you can add like a QR code for people to follow you on social or to come back for 20% off for their next order. There's a lot of cool things you can do with the QR code. So we do offer you the ability to customize a thank you card and upload that as well with your own layout. So you can do that as well. And for our Zendrop Select clients, we also offer complete customization of packaging. So private labeled boxes, custom tape. And if that's something you guys are interested in, you can Google Zendrop Select, learn more about it, and apply to the program if you want to be part of the program. But that's sort of a different discussion. The really cool thing about Zendrop is that even if you're on the free plan, there's going to be nothing out of the ordinary that shouldn't be in your package. So if you order from Overlow or AliExpress, you're kind of just rolling the dice as to what you're going to get. There could be promotional items in there from a Chinese supplier. There could be a Chinese label on the outside of the package. You're not going to get that at any level with Zendrop. So it's going to be a plain white poly mailer or a plain brown box. There's going to be nothing inside except for the product that your customer ordered. And if you're including thank you cards, there's going to be obviously a thank you card in the box as well. And you're not going to see a Chinese label on it either. We use shipping lines that actually change the shipping label once it arrives to the destination country. So if you got something coming from China to the US through Zendrop, it actually at the customs checkpoint in the US, the shipping label gets changed. So the other one gets taken off and a USPS label gets slapped on top of it if you're using regular shipping.
I can go ahead and show you guys that. I'll share my screen right now to pull that up. And there's also another question in here that I can answer with my screen shared. So if you're in your Zendrop dashboard, you're going to go ahead and click the settings icon in the top right, and you can go down to branding. So this is where you'll be able to create a custom thank you card. You can change your logo, your header message, your actual message, your contact information. You can also download a sample to see what it will look like when it goes to your customers. But our newest feature that we just added is a custom thank you card. So this is a mock-up that someone on our team designed. So basically you can go into design tools such as Canva, Photoshop, have a graphic designer do it for you, and you can upload a custom thank you card that will still be printed out on that glossy hardstock. And what's great about this is you can change this whenever you want, depending on what promotions you're having, and this will be sent out to your customers instead of the basic one. So we're really excited about that. That's super cool. And then, Brad, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope.
Okay. And then we had a question about the ZenRocket challenge in terms of the discount code to get your 1 month free. I will not say that out loud right now. Go sign up for ZenRocket challenge to find out what the code is. But if you are already an existing user and you would like to take advantage of the 1 month free of our pro membership, all you'll need to do is go to your billing on your profile and head in here and add in your discount code right here. So you'll want to upgrade to the pro plan on your free trial and then go ahead and add the discount code in, and it will give you a full 30 days free.
Yeah, and we're not saying the code out loud because this is going to live on YouTube forever. So we're going to have people stealing that code for the rest of time if we say it out loud.
Yeah, and we want you to go look at ZenRocket Challenge too. So go look at it, take advantage of it, and get the secret code. Allison has a question.
Hey, Allison.
Having issues unmuting?
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yes.
Damn it, I said a lot too. Okay. I asked a question earlier about if I find a product on AliExpress and I'd like to source it from you guys, and I use that feature at the bottom to add the source link. So part of I'm cautious about, having the Chinese packaging and all of that stuff, and just some of the quality that I've seen come through from China on the packaging. How long does it take you guys to sort of add it to your website, and what is the process for waiting to make sure that all of that is quality controlled and checked and streams through your warehouse or your center?
Yeah, so when you import a product from AliExpress, essentially it's available for you to sell right away, but we don't purchase those products until you make a sale. We have a system to where we can source products in 1 to 3 days and get them shipped out after you've made a sale. If you start to fulfill orders at a consistent rate, we're going to forecast inventory for you, bring it in our warehouse, and ship it the same day. But our business model works as such where we can't purchase inventory for everyone that's importing products to our platform because a lot of them don't sell and we'd go out of business. So essentially you're importing that product, you're able to sell it right away. We have a system where we can get that product and get it shipped out in 1 to 3 days once you place that order. And then once you start to place more orders, we'll forecast the inventory. But the order comes in, we purchase it, it comes to our factory the next day. We quality check it, repackage it, and ship it out with your custom thank you card in 1 to 3 days.
Okay, I see. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Cool. A few other questions. Can you use Zendrop with Wix?
Currently, you cannot, but we are working very hard to implement with all the CRMs that are available. So WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Wix, Squarespace, all of those should be available by the end of 2021. That's a big initiative that we're taking on. So our dev team is working really hard on integrating with all those platforms. So as soon as it's available, you'll get an email and you'll be able to use those platforms.
Awesome. Debbie asks, do you know of any cheaper alternatives to ClickFunnels? I only use one-pagers that direct to my Shopify store.
Cheaper alternatives for ClickFunnels for like a page builder. Zipify has a page builder that I've used that's pretty similar to ClickFunnels, but I think it's fairly comparably priced. Like I think it's kind of the same thing. So I don't know if it's any cheaper than ClickFunnels. But ClickFunnels,
Yeah.
They used to have a cheap plan. Did they get rid of it?
To my knowledge, I don't think so. I would definitely, nope, here she is ready to clarify.
Hello. Well, I mean, I can understand ClickFunnels for someone that's like doing classes or needs pages upon pages of pages. But I mean, mine is literally like Madison saying, oh, this is the top 5 products for spring for pets. And it's got the product, which a button, which brings them directly to Shopify. So it's really simple. It's just a one-pager thingy or a page builder or a landing page. So it's kind of really expensive. It's $97 for ClickFunnels.
You can use WordPress.
You could use a cheap WordPress. You can also use, honestly, Wix and I believe Weebly are both very, very cheap. I want to say like $15 a month, if not less.
So then I can make. So then I can make like a one-pager and use the URL to put in like Facebook ads or something.
Yeah,
yep, exactly.
Pixel. Yeah, you can do everything.
You can integrate a pixel into it. You can also. I know the one major difference with landing pages or one pagers is that you don't have a navigation bar at the top, so that you can also nix that on your pages on Wix and Weebly as well. So that's where I would look.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Cool. Any questions jumping out at you, Brian? Do you want to answer?
Yeah, Marvin's question about Facebook telling him that his pixel isn't active is a common one. Oh, it's gone now.
I answered it.
You answered it?
I put it in answered.
Facebook is telling me that my pixel is not active. Would this be because I haven't run a campaign for a while? Yeah, so I need a little bit more context to answer this appropriately. If you don't want to come up, it's fine. But if you do want to just clarify, I can probably help you a little bit more, because there's a couple different reasons why that could be happening. But my best guess is what you said is probably accurate. A lot of times also people will get, if they haven't run a campaign in a while, or if they've never run a campaign, they won't have the purchase conversion event active because it needs to have fired in the last 30 days. So if it's never fired, or if it hasn't fired, meaning no one's purchased anything with this pixel integrated in the site in the last 30 days, you're going to see like a yellow triangle or like an inactive sign next to that campaign when you optimize for conversions for purchases. All that's telling you is that this campaign may not optimize for purchases because we don't have any information. We don't have any data. You could just ignore that and continue to optimize for purchase conversions. And as soon as you get one, that should go away.
Good to know. Does Zendrop fulfill products not sourced by yourselves, i.e. my own products?
So we are in beta phase for our supplier portal, which is really exciting. We're going to be able to take anyone that wants to sell products on Zendrop and automatically add them to Zendrop, and then they can start selling products. If you're referring to like a situation where you want to fulfill orders from like your personal supplier, that's a little bit different. We're also building a tool that'll help you do that. It's called Zendrop Connect, and that will be available in the coming months. But that will essentially allow you to use Zendrop's automated software to work between you and another supplier if you didn't want to use Zendrop, or you have your own private supplier in the US or whatever else that you're using. That will allow you to facilitate those transactions with a different supplier, but it's not out yet.
So many exciting things. Freddie asked another question. Would you recommend 1 pixel per niche, or I'm assuming he means per store, or not?
Yeah, definitely 1 pixel per store. I'm assuming that's what he's asking also. You don't want to mix up pixel data because you're sort of with every purchase and every event really that's taken on that store, you're seasoning that pixel. And so the goal is to have such an awesome Facebook pixel that you don't even have to do any targeting. Like if I have 100,000 purchases on a pixel and it's all in one niche, I could run US 18 plus traffic, and Facebook's just going to feed me people that are interested in those kind of products. So that's kind of the idea. You definitely want only 1 pixel in each store, and definitely only 1 pixel, only 1 campaign going to 1 pixel. Also, you don't want to send traffic from 1 campaign to 2 separate stores with 2 separate pixels. That'll kind of mess everything
up. Janet, we have about 5 minutes left. So if anyone wants to raise their hand and come up and ask us any last minute questions, please feel free to do so. But in the meantime, Janet asked a question regarding the express shipping with changing of labels. We mentioned that at customs, they will change the shipping label so there is no evidence that the product is from China. So to confirm, there is no postage from China on the package. And is this a normal service, or is it one that you have to request that they do at customs?
So there is no evidence that the product came from China. And it is because of the shipping lines that we use in particular when shipping those products. So it's not something that's like if you order something from China from AliExpress, it's going to have a Chinese label on it. And it's also going to take 2 months, but that's another story.
Just lots of inconsistencies there.
Yeah.
Lots of inconsistencies there. Okay, I'm looking for there. Any last minute questions for you guys before we wrap up the night? No. Okay. Well, we're so glad to be back, you guys. Sorry it was a couple weeks off, but we've missed all of you. And please feel free to go check out the ZenRocket challenge. We'd love to hear your feedback, what you think of it, how we can improve it, how it improves your dropshipping abilities. This Zendrop Live will be on YouTube tomorrow. So if there's any information you missed, or if you were taking notes, you can report back to the video tomorrow, and we'll send out the replay via email. And other than that, we have a really exciting Zendrop Live next week. Brad, I don't even know if you know this, but we are discussing all about optimizing Shopify stores with Done For You, which is a Shopify store builder. So
cool.
Be on the lookout for that episode next week with Jason. Yeah.
Big fan of Jason. Great guy.
We're a huge fan of Jason over at Zendrop. So yeah, next week's episode is going to be all about
definitely don't miss that.
Really don't want to. This man's a genius.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be discussing Shopify stores and optimizing your Shopify store for SEO and highest conversions next week.
Awesome.
I'm really pumped for that.
Awesome.
Okay, guys.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.